We're now onto the Wyfold Challenge Cup, those club coxless fours. Thames Rowing Club going up against Lea Rowing Club. Thames on the left and Lea on the right-hand side of your picture, Barks and Bucks respectively. And Thames A have lit the fireworks here in the opening strokes through the island, Sarah.
They certainly have, as we see a big steering correction there from Lea Rowing Club. This crew coached by Donald Ellis. It's yet to race, and none of these athletes have previous Henley Royal Regatta experience. So it is a crew that's going to be learning as they go, coming down the track here, both in terms of getting the crew together and also learning the track.
Yeah, I was actually talking to one of their other coaches, Sarah, and this Lea crew have done very well to qualify to the draw. I was talking to Charles Barry, one of their coaches. It's a development boat. They've only been together since the beginning of June, and actually, the stroke man here, Ed White, it's his first time stroking the boat, and he's steering the boat from stroke, which is quite a challenge at your first ever race at Henley Royal Regatta in this boat, right?
Look, nothing like a bit of pressure to really teach you how to get something done. But that is a tall order, because steering on this course is much more challenging. I steered on here when I raced in the quad, and even though you know that it's really no different to racing with a buoyed course, something about those hard wooden booms is so scary.
They're not moving anywhere, aren't they? Not moving anywhere if you hit one of those. Not like a buoy that can just sort of submerge below the water. These things are not getting out of your way, these piles and booms. And it's actually the piles that are the vertical things, the booms are the horizontal things, if I think I've got that correctly,
yes,
right?
Yes, that's right.
So there is Thames Rowing Club A in front of you, and they had a bit of an upset in this event last year in the Wyfolds. The London Rowing Club crew spoiled the party for Thames A in the final, but this Thames A crew looking to right the wrongs of last year. On board in this crew, Ollie McChesney in the stroke seat, coach at Fulham Reach Boat Club, and actually coach of the year for Fulham Reach last year. So more community sort of output from these guys that have jobs as well alongside their training.
It is an extraordinary club. It was founded back in 1860. It's the joint third oldest rowing club on the Thames, and they've won Henley 80 times, and 5 wins were part of composites. So quite an extraordinary record for Thames Rowing Club at this regatta.
And most of those wins, I think, came last year. It just seemed to be Thames everywhere you looked. And this was one of the few events in the Wyfolds that they did not win. But we're back here. This is the Lea Rowing Club crew. This is Peter Fannin, Rory Mooney, Samuel Kessler and Ed White, who we were talking about has got that difficult job of steering this crew for the first time ever in his rowing career in this development boat. And I think also noting that Peter Fannin in the bow seat, this is his first sweep season. He sculled as a junior and now sort of stepping into this development boat. And you can see here the difference between a crew that's been to Henley many a time. We need your quick maths again, Sarah, here. 13 crews, 13 Henleys together as a crew, this Thames Rowing Club crew, and add one for this year, because now they're out here on the water, they can chalk up another one each. But that relaxation that they've now managed to obtain because of the distance they've put into this development crew from Lea will see them conserve a lot for some of the more challenging races later on this week.
That's right. It's a good opportunity, certainly, to go out and practice your race plan, to practice the start process, because it's always really nerve-wracking going through that start process. It's unlike sort of any other regatta or start sequence that you'll experience. So although this crew, as you've said, has 13 Henley regattas between them, always a nice opportunity to go out and get rid of some of those nerves and get ready for the rest of the week without expending too much energy. But Lea Rowing Club, they are still really trying to close that gap and racing all the way down the track. In the bow seat, as you said, Peter Fannin, only 19 years of age.
And yeah, it's amazing that for two of these guys, it's their first time rowing at Henley Royal Regatta. Sam Kessler in the 3-seat, Rory Mooney in the 2-seat. And yeah, you said Peter Fannin, 19 years of age, joined by his compatriots who are all in their late 20s and early 30s. That's quite a job to be joined by older teammates and keep things going on the right track. But Thames here will show off in front of the crowds this very surmountable lead that they've gathered through this opening round of the Wyfold Challenge Cup. And I think, you know, Thames on paper could be one of the favourites here for this event, Sarah.
As you said, it eluded them last year, so I'm sure that they're back with the fire in their bellies to go all the way through.
So the last few strokes here for Lea Rowing Club, and great to have them in this development crew. I'm sure it will leave them hungry for more. We'll see them at regattas in years to come in the future. And what a Henley experience to be racing a crew like Thames A, who we'll see later on in the competition.